Clive Lewis, the Labour MP for Norwich South, took to Twitter and said, in essence, Brexit was a colossal, post-colonial, panic attack. The tweet garnered many opposing responses from Twitter users. One follower wrote, "You would think Labour MPs would have better things to do. Just another reason Labour wants sea power." Another said, "Dear God, I know it's a bank holiday weekend, and still people who just can't bear the thought that actual democracy, i.e. an individual's right to vote as their conscience dictates, could have gone against what they desperately wanted. So pathetic, move on." Mr. Lewis was one of 52 Labour MPs who rebelled against Jeremy Corbyn's three-line whip to vote against the government's Brexit bill in 2017. He resigned his position as Shadow Business Secretary in protest against the bill. When asked to vote in favour in 2017, he said, "When I became the MP for Norwich South, I promised my constituents I would be Norwich's voice in Westminster, not Westminster's voice in Norwich. I, therefore, cannot, in all good conscience, vote for something I believe will ultimately harm the city I have the honour to represent, love and call home. It is therefore with a heavy heart that I have decided to resign from the shadow cabinet." Mr. Lewis is a former infantry officer who served in Afghanistan, and in his tweet linked to an article written in Perspective magazine by journalist Jonathan Lees entitled, "Britannia Rules Only the Airwaves." In his opinion piece written in Perspective magazine, Mr. Lees said, "Britain has been defined by post-colonial melancholia, and Brexit was the climactic breakdown. Here is the origin of global Britain, the answer not to a question but a panic attack." Theresa May invented the slogan to justify her version of Brexit. Johnson subsequently instrumentalized it to cement his only real goal, advancing his personal interests. That is, to be the world king he's always dreamed of being. And in the process, appealing to people who might vote for him. Mr. Lees had a scathing opinion of Mr. Johnson's Global Britain post-Brexit policy. He said it was not about influencing policymakers in world capitals or the UN, but about selling a brand to a select group of Tory newspaper editors who'll disseminate it to voters. In his article in Perspective magazine, Mr. Lees argued that Global Britain is a meaningless slogan. He called Brexit a genuine scar on the country's economy and global reputation, totally ignored.